Hi, this is Anil and welcome to the video tutorial for the Learning Lab on C++ programming. So in this tutorial we're going to learn how to instantiate an object or create an object in different ways, and also how to access the members of an object using the arrow operator. So here, just for the demonstration purpose, we're going to create a class before our main function. It's going to be class, and let's say human, and pair of curly braces, and between that curly braces we need to write the properties and methods of a class. So first we're gonna write the access specifier, so it's gonna be public, and then let's create a property, let's call it as name, and let's create a function called introduce, which we have done in the previous tutorials, the same thing. So this introduce is not going to take any parameters and also not going to return any values, and here in this introduce we're going to write hi, and then we're going to refer our name, and let's end this line. Alright, now we have a class definition or a class or the blueprint to create the objects. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna create the objects in our program. So in the last tutorial I have explained you how to create an object by specifying the class name first, that is human, and then the name of the object, let's say Anil. So this is one type of creating an object from a class. So when you use this method, the object Anil will be stored in the stack, not in the heap, will be stored in the stack. The next way of instantiating an object is using the new keyword. So when we use a new keyword, the object will be allocated in the heap and it will be dynamic. And also the new keyword is going to return the address, memory address. That's why we need a pointer of this type class human. So I'm going to create human star, that's because it's a pointer, and then let's give a name Bunty, and equal to new operator, and then the class name, that is human, and then we need to add a pair of parentheses. So in between these parentheses we can pass the parameters, which I'm going to teach you in the next tutorial. For now, just remember that if you want to create an object dynamically, then you guys need to use the new keyword, and when we use new, it's gonna return the address of the memory. That's why we need a pointer. And when we use this new keyword, the object will be allocated in the heap, and when we use this first method, the object will be allocated or created in the stack. Alright, the next thing is assigning the values or accessing the properties and the methods of an object. To access the properties and the methods of an object, when we use first method, we're gonna use the dot operator. For example, if you wanted to access this property name, then we will write Anil dot and then name and equal to some value, so it's gonna be Anil. And if you wanted to call this method introduce, then we were using Anil dot then introduce. The next thing is when we use this second method, or when we use this new keyword or the new operator to allocate the memory, at that time, to access the properties and the methods, we're gonna use an arrow operator. So here this Bunty is a pointer which is pointing to an object of type human. So if I wanted to access the property name, then I need to write Bunty, the object name, then the arrow operator, and then the name equal to, let's say, Bunty, and then we can call the method introduce by using the arrow operator in the same way. So Bunty arrow operator introduce, then add the semicolon. So I'm gonna save this, I'm gonna build and run this. So you guys can see here we got hi Anil, hi Bunty. So in our programs we can create an object from a class by using two methods. If we use this first method, by specifying the class name and the object name, then the object created will be stored in the stack, and And if you use the second method where we use new operator, then the object will be stored in the heap and the allocation will be done dynamically. And when we use a pointer, which is pointing to an object, we can use the arrow operator to access the properties and the methods of that object. So thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and you guys can like my Facebook page and stay updated with the new videos that I'm gonna make. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.